Hello everyone, welcome back. This is United Top News, the channel that brings you the hottest and the most up-to-date updates on Manchester United, from team news to the latest transfer developments. As always, you are with me, Dean, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so right now to stay ahead and never miss timely updates. Let's go. Premier League have just released a statement on the West Ham United vs Manchester United controversy. West Ham United were cruelly denied all 3 points against Manchester United at London Stadium on Tuesday evening. That's yesterday. Thomas Suchek opened the scoring for West Ham, latching onto Jarrod Bowen's low cross and finishing past St. Lemons. The Hammers defended with all they had, keeping Michael Carrick's side at bay right up until second half stoppage time. However, substitute Benjamin Sesko stepped up to deliver the killer blow with less than 2 minutes remaining, finishing superbly into the top corner. The 1-1 draw leaves Nuno Espirito Santo's side in the Premier League relegation zone, 2 points adrift of Nottingham Forest in the 17th. Casemiro goaled out vs Manchester United before Sesko fired home the equalizer. Manchester United thought they had found a way back into the game through Casemiro. The Brazilian midfielder ghosted into the box and headed Kobe Maino's cross past Mads Harzman in the West Ham goal. Casemiro only half-heartedly celebrated, worried that VAR would rule it out for offside, and his fears were soon confirmed. Craig Pawson commented that the goal should be chalked off. The former Real Madrid man inches ahead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and is in offside position. It was only a temporary reprieve for the East London outfit, though, with Sesko eventually making the breakthrough in the dying seconds. Premier League released a statement during West Ham vs Manchester United game. It was an extremely tight offside call and another one that took VAR a good few minutes to conclude their check. However, they did eventually rule the goal out, and the Premier League confirmed the reasoning behind the decision on X. The Premier League match center account statement reads, VAR checked the referee's call of goal and established that Casemiro was in an offside position and recommended that the goal was disallowed. Despite conceding a late equalizer, VAR's intention ensured that the Hammers have at least added 1 more point to their overall tally in the race for survival. Harry Maguire contract news latest. We are now jumping to Harry Maguire. Now, according to the Daily Mail, Harry Maguire is increasingly likely to sign a new contract. Good news for some Manchester United fans. The United defender is out of contract in the summer, but reports suggest he is expected to extend his stay beyond this year. Maguire has been a key component in United's defense this season, and the club hierarchy are seemingly put plans in place to keep him at the club to provide experience for the next manager, and Manchester United to shortlist Iliman Ndiaye. Manchester United will reportedly target Iliman Ndiaye should Marcus Rashford leave the club. It has been said that the Everton winger is attracting interest from several Premier League clubs. According to Court of Side, Ndiaye is reportedly on the shortlist for United, but Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham are all claimed to be monitoring the forward. Also, Rashford to Barcelona twist. Barcelona's upcoming presidential election could potentially determine whether Marcus Rashford joins them permanently from Manchester United this summer. The result ends United's perfect record under Carrick but the dramatic nature of the point felt like a mirror victory for a side that until last month seemed to have forgotten how to dig deep. The first half was a tactical chess match that bordered on the somnolent. West Ham set up in a rigid 4-4-5-1 by Nuno Espirito Santos. Dared the United to break them down. Carrick's new look United featuring same elements in a goal and the fruit from four of Amad, Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo probed patiently but found the hammers door firmly bolted. United's best chance of the half fell to Luke Shaw following a clever corner routine, but former Red Arrow Wan-Bissaka reminded the travelling fans of his defensive prowess with a superb goal line clearance. Now, the deadlocks was finally broken in the 15th minute. Jarrod Bowen offered the catalyst for West Ham best moment, caved the space on the right and delivered a pinpoint ball for Thomas Sukek. The Czech midfielder's clinical finish sent the home support into a frenzy and left United staring at their first defeat of the new game. As the clock ticked past 90 minutes, the London Stadium was ready to celebrate a vital 3 points in their crap for Premier League survival. We lacked a bit of the spark we have shown recently, Michael Carrick admitted after the final whistle, but the character to keep going until the 96th minute is what this club is built on. Benjamin Sesko stayed ready and he took his moments. Now, the final tweets with virtually the last kick of the game, United pressure final told. A desperate scramble in the box saw the ball fall to Sesko, who kept his composure to fire home through a thicket of legs. While the draw prevents Carrick from matching the historical stats of United legends, the Carrick effect remains visible. This is a team playing with a renewed sense of identity even when the 3 points elude them. Now let's talk about what is trending now about this game. There is one Rio Ferdinand said, I don't understand that with him. Rio Ferdinand brought ex-Manchester United teammate Roy Keane over Michael Carrick's stance. Now, you can ask yourself what happened. It is what we are going to dive into right now. The pundit is thrilled with the job of his ex-United teammate Carrick is doing at Old Trafford after winning each of his 4 games. But Carrick has taken over an interim boss until the end of the season after the sacking of Ruben Amorim, and has quickly got supporters on board with the positive results and an attractive style of play. But former Red Devil Keane believes Carrick shouldn't get the permanent gig this summer. The Irishman has claimed that the ex-Middlesbrough boss will find it much tougher to deliver a consistency on a regular basis over the next few years. But Keane's old United teammate Ferdinand took issue with that view and said there would be a risk attached to any manager United can appoint. Speaking on the Rio Ferdinand Presents podcast, he said there is risk with anyone that goes in there. No matter what Carrick does, how well he does, and if he got the job on the back of a great ending to the season, there is still risk. There is an element of risk, but with every one of the names that get thrown into the hat, there are an element of risk with all of them. I don't know if any walk of life where someone comes in given the opportunity to do well and put their first foot forward for a job opportunity, they smash it. And hopefully he carries on. At the moment, he is smashing it. 4 wins out of 4, and people are going, he shouldn't get it through. I don't understand that with Roy. I've got to be honest. I don't know how you can be so against it. Keane has insisted he is sticking to his guns with his views on Carrick and feels there are better managers out there. He told the Stick to Football podcast, "I don't think it's the right decision. Good luck with it." Yeah, but I'm sticking to my guns. I've said my piece. I think that is got the job. And if he gets it in the summer, then you go listen. Good luck to him. But as a caretaker manager, it's different animal to being manager of United trying to win league titles over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it might be. I think you can get a better manager than Carrick, absolutely. But I think he's doing a good job. But just because you are doing well at United, it doesn't mean he will do well at another club. Carrick has secured some big wins during a tough spell since taking charge, beating Manchester City, Arsenal, Fulham and Tottenham. He has distanced himself from talk about the full-time job. However, Carrick said, "I'm loving what I'm doing," said Carrick. "I'm here and I feel at home here, but I fully understand the situation, so I'm not getting too carried away. Nothing has changed, to be honest. It's not going to change what I do or how I feel about it. I think I'm fully aware of the role I'm doing here and the responsibility I've got. We want to be successful. I want the club to be successful beyond the end of the season. If that's me, if that's somebody else, at this stage, I can't control that, and I will see what happens." Now let's talk about Carlos Baleba competition. Manchester United are facing competition from Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain for Brighton midfielder Carlos Baleba, according to the reports. Team Talk claims that both clubs are ramping up their interest in the Brighton man and are best placed to sign him in the summer. It is added that Manchester United remain contenders in the race as they look to revamp their midfield in the summer transfer window. However, it's added that the price might see them move on to other targets, and Sandro Tonali stance. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe has already outlined the club's stance on selling Sandro Tonali amid talk of interest from Manchester United. Tonali has been named as a potential target in this summer window, but Howe set out a firm stance amid talk of the player's future last week. Also, Rashford, Manchester United exit faces sudden collapse. Marcus Rashford's Barcelona future could also be face a sudden collapse depending on the outcome of this year's presidential elections at the new camp. The Manchester United Loanings has shown in Catalonia this season for Hansi Flick's side. Rashford was loaned out to Barcelona for the season after being considered a surplus to requirements by then Red boss Ruben Amorim. The La Liga giants have the option to make the transfer permanent for 26 million euros this summer, with reports from Catalonia indicating that Barcelona have been working to outline an agreement with Manchester United. The 28-year-old has made a strong impression in Spain, notching 10 goals and 13 assists across all competitions whilst wearing the Barcelona colors. But the Times reports that Rashford's future in the Catalan capital could now depend on whether current President Joan Laporta is re-elected. Final transfer battle can be chased. Now let's talk about Kalulu. Manchester United have also joined the Aston Villa, Newcastle United and Tottenham as the clubs most interested in Juventus defender Pierre Kalulu. According to the Italian journalist Mirko Di Natale, the clubs want to bring him to the Premier League in the summer. Kalulu is in line to feature for the France at the World Cup. Let's wind up